Hello, this is me, and in this video I'm going to share a mixing session. The song is called Kings and Queen. The band is the lvnguage. I'm sorry about the pronunciation. I got the stem file of this song from the lvnguage Studios. So this is how the song sounds without any mixing done.
Hovering above paper mache foundations, isolated station, away from the possibility of dipping your feet.
And this is how it sounds after mixing it.
Islands in the sky, hovering above paper mache foundations to keep them high. Way above the clouds, the smart creates an isolated station, away from the possibility of dipping your feet in.
And now I'll show you how I mix the song. First I'll show you how I mix the kick. So this is how the kick sound without any EQ. This is the parametric EQ. This is a sound goodizer and the compressor. And now I'll show you the snares. This is the sound of snare without any processing. This is the EQ. This is one more plugin, and this another plugin. Both are compressor, and then I also added this reverb. This is little bit of reverb which I normally don't use. Then let's move on to the hats. In the hats we don't have any other track for hat. I just extracted hats from this overhead track. So this is hats, how it sounds without processing. You can listen how much of snare it has and also kick sound. This is removed by this EQ. That's how I removed all these snares and kick sound. And then compression, overheads. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing, is that I have used this TDR Nova so that whenever the overheads are being played, the hi-hats gets ducked down, because I don't have any track for the hats, so I have to extract hat sound from the overheads. That's why I use this TDR Nova. So whenever the overheads is getting played, the hats are being ducked down. Okay, now let's move on to the other section, which is toms. So in the toms I have got only few tom sound which is played for a very less amount of time, like this. Because it was a clean sound, I didn't use EQ in it, but just the compressor. Without compressor, with compressor. Let's move on to the another synth sound, which is this very short sound. I didn't use much of plugins here, but just this one. I've used just a widening effect here, just a little bit of, and also the reverb. Moving on to the guitar sound. So I have got two guitars here. One is panned to the left and the other to the right. Let's listen to it without any EQ. This is the EQ without EQ. After the compression and the reverb on the right. Same treatment has been done to the other guitars also. This is how it sounds. that was without EQ. Now this is with EQ, and this is the reverb. Both of them together. Now let's move on to the another guitar section. So this guitar is panned to the left. This is how it sounds. Let me switch off the saturation so that I can show you how it sounds without saturation. This is without EQ. This is with EQ. And now I'll send this to the saturation. This is after saturation. Now move on to the Rhodes. This is the Rhodes sound. Now I have removed all the plugins that is used there. This is the parametric EQ of Rhodes. I removed all this rumble and all these unnecessary frequencies here also. Compressor and this widening effect and this reverb. Now let's move on to the another synth sound. This is another synth sound. This is the EQ for this without EQ, with EQ, and no compression is applied. Let's move on to the background vocals. I've got two background vocals here. One is panned to the left, other to the right. This is the vocals without EQ.
Color is beginning. Change.
This is after EQ. And this is the reverb. And also reverb and also the saturation is added. Now I'll show you the other vocals. This is the another vocal, background vocal on the right. Let me send this to the direct so that I'll show you how it sounds after the saturation. This is how it sounds after the EQ, and let me bypass this to this saturation. This is how it sounds now. Everything together, adding the reverb also. Let's move forward to the vocals. So this is how the vocals sound without any plugins.
Islands in the sky, hovering above paper mache foundations
After EQ,
to keep them high. Way
and
above
after
the
the saturation,
clouds, the smart creates an isolated station away from the
after the
possibility of
Maximus,
dipping your feet
which is a
in.
compressor, and this one more another compressor.
What good does it take?
This
for
is my
life we
Maximus setting.
recreate? Standing in our daily lives,
This is the other compressor.
we reach to the sky,
Just a little bit of
to our gods
compression.
above to manifest away.
You can see the needle is not moving much.
All colors beginning to change. Along
This is fed into this vocal patch where I have used this small reverb, large reverb. This is the small reverb.
time coming holds a day that. A day that
This is the hall reverb.
away. Islands in the sky,
Back to the previous setting.
hovering above paper mache foundations that keep
Back
them
to the previous
high.
setting. And this is a step
Way
there.
above the clouds, the smart creates an isolated station away from the possibility of
everything-
dipping your feet in. Sky,
Everything together.
hovering above paper mache foundations to keep them high.
Okay, so let me show you the drum bus. This is the drum bus that I always use. This is how it sounds. Let me turn off everything. This is the sound of drum bus. The sound goodizer, the blurred overdrive, which is saturation, and another saturation. and another compressor, which is this one, and this parametric EQ. This is the one which is shaping the sound. See how this is changing the snare sound without it. The snare sound comes in front without it, with it. And this is a fruity send, which is sending the signal to this hard compression, and this is how the hard compression sound. This is hardly compressed sound of drums, which is sitting beneath the sound of drums. So that was the whole processing that I did on this song.
The clouds, the smart creates an isolated station away from colors beginning to change.
Okay, so in the masters, this is how the masters settings.
Colors beginning to
First this
change.
saturation.
A long time coming, oh today.
Then
Colors.
This is my mid side patcher. This is how it's changing the sound.
Islands in the sky, hovering above paper.
This is just the mono sound.
This
is my setting for mono.
Way above the clouds, the
And this is my setting for the stereo sound. Both of them together without side setting, without stereo effect, with stereo effect. See how the sound changes. Without stereo, just the mono, and now stereo.
Way above the clouds, the smart creates an isolated
This is my
station.
setting for the low of the song, for the mids of the song, and this is for the highs. And this is my master setting.
For a life we'd
So
recreate.
this is my simple procedure, and this is the final EQing after mastering. Sounds good to me.
Foundations to keep them high. Way above the clouds.
I think it's a good mix. I hope you like it. Kindly support me by liking the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll have more of these videos coming up for you, where I'll share my mixing journey, all the songs that I have mixed. Again, thank you Telefunken Studios, the band which is the lvnguage. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, thank you so much providing us the stem file. This is me signing off. Goodbye. Keep learning, enjoy practicing. Thank you so much.